The One Thing, The Surprisingly Simple Truth Behind Extraordinary Results by Keller and Papasan. The One Thing is all about simplifying your life and work so that you can achieve more by focusing on less. The main idea in the book is that there is always one thing that you can do which will lead to the greatest possible results. The authors argue that most people try to accomplish too many things at once, leading to subpar outcomes. Keller and Papasan lay out a framework for identifying and pursuing your one thing. They encourage readers to ask themselves two questions. What is the one thing that I can do so that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? And what is the one thing I am passionate about that I cannot ignore? The One Thing provides readers with a step-by-step guide for identifying and pursuing their one thing. At 18 chapters long, the book can be divided into three: the lies that block your success, the truths that lead to your success, and how to transform your life and work with the one thing. In part 1, the authors dispel common productivity myths and reveal some lies that are blocking you from achieving your true potential. Part 2 lays out the truths that bring about your success. These truths include focusing on your highest priorities, taking massive action, and living in alignment with your values. And in part 3, the authors provide a step by step guide for putting these truths into practice so that you can transform your life and work. The lies that block your success. Keller and Papasan begin by busting some common productivity myths. The first myth: multitasking is effective. The authors argue that when you try to focus on multiple things at once, you actually end up accomplishing less. They advise readers to single task and give your full attention to one thing at a time. The second myth is working long hours is key to success. The authors assert that working long hours can actually lead to burnout and diminishing productivity. Instead of working longer hours, they advise readers to work smarter by focusing on your highest priorities and taking breaks throughout the day. The third myth: doing more leads to better results. The authors declare that this isn't always true. Sometimes, doing less is key to accomplishing more. They advise readers to focus on your one thing and minimize distractions so you can achieve your highest potential while living in alignment with your values. The fourth myth: goal setting is the key to success. The authors explain that while goals are important, they are not the only thing that matters. They advise readers to focus on taking massive action and living in alignment with their values. The fifth myth: you need to be well rounded to succeed. The authors argue that this isn't true. You don't need to be good at everything to achieve your goals. They advise readers to focus on your strengths and delegate or outsource tasks that are beyond your skill set. The truths that lead to your success. The first truth is focus is key. The authors argue that you need to focus on your highest priorities and take massive action if you want to achieve your goals. They advise readers to identify your one thing and make it top priority. The second truth: time management is a myth. The authors assert that there is no such thing as managing time. There is only managing yourself. They urge readers to use time wisely by focusing on your highest priorities and taking breaks throughout the day. The third truth is productivity emanates from doing less, not more. The authors emphasize that you need to focus on your one thing and minimize distractions if you want to be productive. They recommend that you identify your priorities and plan how you will realize your goals. The fourth truth: procrastination is the enemy of progress. The authors argue that procrastination is a major obstacle to success. They advise readers to take action and avoid distractions so they can focus on their highest priorities. The fifth truth is to achieve your potential, you must live in alignment with your values. The authors highlight the gravity of living your life according to your standards and not anyone else's. Once you have identified your core values and aligned your actions with them, you now have a clear direction when making tough decisions. How to transform your life and work with the one thing. The authors provide a step by step guide for putting these truths into practice so you can transform your life and work. The first step is to identify your one thing. It will have the biggest impact on your life and work. Once it has been identified, you need to make it your top priority. The second step is to take massive action. The authors don't mean multitasking, but concrete steps towards achieving your goal. The third step is to minimize distractions. This means avoiding anything that takes away from your focus on your one thing. The fourth step is to delegate or outsource tasks that are outside your skill set. This allows you to focus on your strengths and achieve better results. The fifth and final step is to live in alignment with your core values. Aligning your actions with your values will help you achieve your fullest potential. The One Thing is a must-read for folks like you who want to achieve your goals. Highlighting the principles that lead to success, it is packed with practical advice and step-by-step instructions for putting these principles into practice. If you're looking for a book that will help you transform your life and work, then this is the one for you. Grab your copy on Amazon today.
Need help with simplifying your work so you can achieve more in business and life by focusing on less? Then a virtual systems architect might just be what you need. Check out freedomin5minutes.com and learn how to grow your profits by documenting and automating your entire business with a virtual systems architect so you can have more time to focus on the things that matter.